Okay, what I want to talk about in this video is about the Rocket M5 that I had up on a tower at the lake. If you watch some of my previous videos, you see the unusual setup that I had to use to get it to work. I got the 1 amp 24 watt power supply that came with it, which over time I changed it out to see if it actually was the power supply, which found that it was not. But the dilemma I had was if I took the power supply and plugged it directly into the Rocket M5, the red light would just come on and go off, come on, go off, come on, go off, about that speed. Now, the strange thing is, when I had the PoE and then I had the radio up on the tower, the AP, when I took the PoE and ran a wire to feed it, that's when the power light flickered on and off. Well, I thought it was the power supply. I changed the power supply. Didn't solve the problem. Perhaps the wire. I replaced the wire. Didn't solve the issue. Now at the time, they were planning on adding on to the RV park, put another section over there closer to the water. So we're going to have a receiver over there. So when I found that out, well, I had in mind to put a nano switch up here and feed it and feed out of here and then feed another radio that would feed to the new site. And when I put that nano switch up there, the AP lit up like it's supposed to, started transmitting. People started connecting. Made no sense. And I left it up there until I got another radio, and I did not put a Rocket M2 up there. I put back what I had originally. I put this one up there because the one I had originally up there, apparently it got struck by lightning or power surge or something, because it just, all the lights lit up and it wouldn't do nothing. It just all lit up. I couldn't log into it, no nothing. What I put up there in the replace of this was the radio that I started out with up before it got messed up by lightning or whatever, was the Air Max Rocket Prism 5 AC. The reason why I did that and didn't stay with this, because this was enough, it would pass enough traffic to feed everybody that's in that section of the of the RV park. Over time, I saw how much traffic was going there, and I'm like, well, they're not even hitting 65, 70 megabits per second at any given time, peak of the season in the middle of the summer. So this was going to be enough, because all the radios that was all the CPE radios were M5s, so this would work fine. So instead of ordering another Air Max Rocket Prism 5 AC, fraction of the price, I just put one of these up there. Then he came along and said he's going to add on to the site, and I said, okay, now I need a little bit more. Um, so I put another Air Max Rocket Prism 5AC up there. Now, after I put the switch in there and got the AP, which was this one at the time, working, I'm like, now, if I take the nano switch out and run with the new power supply with the new radio and directly to it, if it works, that means the wire is fine. So that's exactly what I did. So I'm not going to have a point-to-point there. I'm not going to have a switch. What I ended up with, new radio, new power supply, ran it this way with a Omni antenna on top, which that's what's always been there. Because I got line of sight of from there to all the RVs in the park originally and also to the new site. I'm able to see it with no problem. It's like 300 feet away, and then I got another little section I got to feed. It's only got 5 RVs in it, so it's going to be another little receiver over there that's going to be receiving and as well, which I've already got the radio for that to receive, and I've got the router in a box, and I already got the wire. All I got to do is order the nanos M2, the M2s to put in the boxes. But after I did this with the new PoE and the new AP and it worked, and I say, okay, let me change it back just to confirm about the wire. So I switched it back with these, and the light kept on flashing. But it will work with the other one. I done a test. I got my tester out and tested the wire. The second wire I put up there, tested out, and that told me that the first wire, the original wire that I had up there, should be fine too. So I tested it, and it tested out fine. And I've already taken that wire and put it back out in the field, and all that equipment is working fine. So that eliminated the wire. Only thing I can think of is the radio, but would make sense. What happened to the radio to the point where if I plugged it directly into the PoE, it flashes, but if I put a nano switch between the power supply and the radio, it works fine? I don't know. I was thinking maybe the PoE, for some whatever reason, is putting out the watts that it's supposed to, but for some reason the radio is getting a little sensitive and it's getting too much power. It can't handle what it's supposed to be able to handle. So I put a smaller watt PoE on it. Made no difference. I went with a 12 watt. I went with a, I think it's like 7 point something, 7.2, whatever it is, the next one down. Still not. Still wants to flash. So I brought it back here in the studio, and it sat here 1 or 2 days, and I haven't done anything to it. And I took the power supply that came with it, and I plugged it in with this wire. And lo and behold, every light lit up. I haven't reprogrammed it. I hadn't hit the reset button. It just started working. So I logged into it. Everything still looks fine. I took a CPE and told it to connect to here. It transferred and gave me internet on the CPE. I don't know. Leave in the comments what you think may happen. I mean, out in the field, after I took it down and put the other radio, the Rocket Prism 5AC up, I sat there and played with it, and don't matter what I did, if it didn't have the nano switch between A and B wouldn't work. So I brought it back, let it sit up here, and I'd done some work and everything. A couple of days went by, and then I took this and this and plugged it in with that little red wire, and it worked. The only thing changed is the length of the wire. I don't, it makes no sense. I have no idea why it started working. I don't know. But leave in the comments what you think caused it to do what it did. Any scenario that you can come up with that may sound logical or practical that could make it do it, I have no idea. I've never had a radio, for whatever reason, just quit, but put a switch in it, between it, to make it work. I don't know. But that's all I got in this video. I just wanted to get feedback of your thoughts of why this didn't work with just this like it's supposed to. When I originally put it in, it was working. No problem at all. And then it had hiccups. And that's when they start talking about adding on to the RV part. I said, well, I got a nano switch in the car. I might as well just go ahead and install it since I got the ladder out and I'm up here and plug it in. And I'll go ahead. And I was planning on actually ordering another one of these. So I put a nano switch up there. I plugged in there and plugged this into the nano switch. And I noticed all the lights lit up. I'm like, do I have, now I don't have to order one? And it's actually working? And it did. And it sat up there for, I would say 2.5 months with no issues. Everybody said it worked fine. I was like, maybe it just got a corrupted firmware or something. I don't know, but. And then when I went and changed it out, I took the wire and plugged it direct in here. Boom. Started red light flashing. Just like it did, 2.5 months before. But when I brought it here, after it sat here for 2 days, plugged it in, it worked. So I pushed the reset button, reset it after that, after, it started working. I have no idea why. I like loose connection somewhere. I checked the antenna connections. I have no idea. And the radio that I put up there, the Rocket Prism 5AC, is chucking right along. I have no idea. But leave your comments and see if you can come up with any reason why it may done what it did. Because I have no idea. But thanks for watching. Consider hitting that thumbs up if you like the content, and share the video, share the channel, and even consider subscribing to the channel. And if you can turn the bell notification on if you prefer to get notified when I put up content. Like I said, I'm going to try to do my show on Sundays and then put up a video on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So you can just log in and check my channel on them days, or you can turn the bell notification on and know exactly when I put it up. I'm going to try to put them up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. is what I'm shooting for. And the show is going to be 9, 10 o'clock on Sunday nights, Eastern time. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.